Okay, now on to the reflection and transparency. Now, first we're going to start with the ray mirror. Now that has nothing to do with the transparency, but we'll get into that. Okay. Now I have a preview set up here and a preview right here, so you can see that better. Zoom that a bit. Okay, now over here in mirror transparency, this tab right here, if I go back to shaders, then go over one tab to mirror transparency. Now you can see a button ray mirror right here. Just clicking that just enables ray tracing. So ray mirror tracing, ray tracing mirror. Okay, so this slider right here just is the amount, is the intensity that it'll be mirrored at. So you can see in the preview that it's reflecting these objects around it. Yep. And the Fresnel is basically just obscures it, just the reflection of it. You can kind of see it. I think you have to turn the factor, but you don't have to mess with that unless you want to tune it even more. So right now we have it at set at 0.26, and we have ray mirror turned on, and that seems to be working. It's reflecting other objects around it. Now we'll get into these later. The samples right here are they're just basically how much like light will be bouncing off the material. If you turn up the samples, you'll get a better result, but it will take up more processing power from the computer. So just keep that in mind. And same with the depth. The depth will just do the same thing, basically. Just how much light bounces off the material into the camera. Yeah. Oh, one more thing, or about ray mirror, is that make sure because you won't have a result unless ray mirror, ray right here, enable ray tracing, is turned on in the scene tab. So this scene tab right here, and make sure ray is turned on. Now back in the materials tab. Okay, we have some ray mirror. Now I'm just going to turn this off so the ray transparency, or just transparency, will be just easier to see. Okay, now the biggest thing to note for transparency is the alpha value, and right now it's at 1, so that's basically not transparent. That's not transparent at all. Now lowering the alpha value will basically be giving more transparency. Now when you lower it down, this bar right here, it won't be transparent. You won't think it's transparent. It's just reflecting the background that you have on. So white. If I turn the background to, let's just say, green, in the preview it'll be reflecting, or not reflecting, but blending with green kind of material. If I just render this, you can see that the middle kind of sphere right here is just basically fading off. It's like the opacity kind of. Now you don't really want that, so you do want to have an alpha value. Let's just put it to about halfway. Now about different ray tracing, pretty much, or just transparency, there are two ways you can do this. There's by doing the ray tracing way, which is right here, ray transparency, and I bet most of you use that. And there's a different way, not better, but better for processing power, basically, like just a faster way to render. Okay, it's in the links and pipelines tab, Z transparency. So basically depth transparency. Now, when you enable that, just click it, and you can see in the preview already that it has some form of transparency. And that's looking pretty good. Now, this kind of transparency, Z transparency, is limited to a couple things. There's basically no tuning for it. There's no, it's just basically standard transparency. You can lower the alpha value to make it more transparent. But that's just making it transparent. It's not giving you any kind of thing like options to bend the light or anything like that, or samples or anything like that. Okay, so anyways, now I'll just tell you about, let's just disable that. Okay, now ray transparency uses ray tracing over here in the mirror transparency tab, so just click that. And when you first click it, it will seem pretty much the exact same as the Z transparency. So you're probably wondering what the difference is. Well, there's a couple more options here that you can play with. Well, a lot more options.